This sermon is on married or single. So you want to get married or do you want to be single? The choice is yours. It is not up to God. God doesn't care what you do, whether you get married or whether you're single. It's totally in your hands. Now, if you get married, you will have to look after your wife. You have to learn to look after kids. You have to have a house for the kids and the family. You have to have a car so you can go and get stuff and drive the kids around. And you have to provide for their needs. And you have to spend time with the kids. You must train them, raise them, be with them, help them, encourage them. Now, if you're single, you have nothing to look after anything but yourself. And then you can do more for the kingdom of God, and you can get the gospel out to the nations. If you are single, you can do more for God. Now, what's happened, a lot of people are running after the first mate that they see, and they get married to the first person they see, instead of waiting until God brings the right one to them. It's so important to wait until God brings the right one to you, instead of going out and running after everyone else to find out which one and trying them out and finding out which one's the right one. No, there's a way to find out the perfect mate. The way to find the perfect mate is to make a list of all the characteristics you want in a mate. Write them down on a piece of paper, and before you get married, the one that you're going to marry must have all those characteristics. And if they have all those characteristics, they're the perfect mate. Now, the other ways too, for the other person to get married, write down all the characteristics that they want in a mate, and if the other person who they want to get married to has all the characteristics that they wrote down, that's the perfect mate. Now, my ex-wife, she wrote down all the characteristics that she wanted in the mate, and there was one characteristic that wasn't in the that she written down. So we were not a perfect mate, and that's why it did not work. So it's so important to wait for the right one. And as you are waiting, spend time with God. Learn to become a real man. Learn about marriage. Listen to videos on YouTube or get teaching tapes on how to be a good husband and about marriage, how to be a real man or a real woman, and get ready, get prepared ahead of time so you be prepared when it comes. And learn to study about marriage and read about marriage, and don't ever get involved in pornography, because that will wreck your life and your marriage, and it will scar you for the rest of your life. So important not to get involved in pornography. I did that when I was preaching the gospel, and I was involved in pornography. I'm now totally free from it. I have no desire, and I've been off it for about possibly about half a year now, and totally free. Have no desire for it anymore, and my wife's a lot happier. So important not to get involved in that. It'll scar you, and it'll wreck your life. And pornography will wreck marriages, people's lives, costs you money, you lose your life, you lose your friendship, and people look at you wrongly, and you get discouraged, you get depressed, and then you will not be happy. So important to wait for the proper mate to come along. Thanks for listening, and remember, Jesus is Lord.